What's going on, guys? It's Dylan, and I'm back again with another comic book rant. Now today, I want to do a comic book review on Punisher Soviet, issue 1. Um, it's only a mini series, I believe. It's only 6 issues. Not sure if it's 5. I think it's 6. Yeah, 1 out of 6. And this is the relaunching of the Max Comics with Garth Ennis writing, Jason Burrows penciling, Guillermo Ortega on the inks, and Nolan Woodard on the colors, and Rob Steen lettering. And man, I've never read the entire Garth Ennis original Max series. I've only read the first issue, when the True Believers came out this past year, and it was an amazing first issue, no doubt. And it definitely made me want to get this for sure, because I'm a big Punisher fan. I love the Netflix series with John Bernthal. I've actually always been a fan of the Punisher, even the one where Travolta was in. I'm gonna forget the guy who plays the Punisher, but I remember Travolta was the bad guy, and I actually enjoyed that one as a kid. The artwork, fantastic. The writing is great. It starts off with the Punisher arriving at the in a basement where they're playing, where the mob is playing cards and stuff, and it looks like somebody beat Punisher to the punch, and they did a real clean job. And the thing is, he said someone new came to winter that town and they did good work, and he keeps he's almost admiring their work. He's like, man, they didn't even get the draw on this guy. Not too many people can do that. I want who did this, and he's trying to wonder who's the one doing these hits, because later on it actually ends up he asked one of these mob members, and they thought he did it. So anything that this guy's doing, it's gonna kind of go back on the Punisher. So next we get to, it seems like at first I didn't know if this was another mob type guy that's giving the Punisher this info, talking to him in the car, kind of by the river, like one of those old school, mob scenarios where they meet and hop in the car and exchange info. But it looks like he might be a city hall worker, maybe somebody a bit high up. And because this Russian mob is trying to go clean, or this gangster he's trying to take his business and go legit, this guy, he kind of doesn't want that to go down, so he's giving Punisher the inside, yo, make sure that this isn't really good, and the Russians showing up, they basically put it as the Russians were savages, that they would do any job, anything you want, and they'll go crazy. And for that, they put out they put the Italians out of business. They put the Irish, because they were willing to do jobs that other people might not have been, some of the dirty ones, they were, and like this guy says, he's like, where do we go next after that? You end up getting kids' heads in mailboxes. It gets pretty dark, but it was a really great issue. And I'm wondering, let me know in the comments down below if you guys thought this guy that he's talking to in the car, is he like a city worker, or is he part of, the mob? Is he an inside guy? And he's just giving him inside information from the mob. But I thought, from the first time I thought he was with the mob. The second time I picked up, I thought he's working for the city. But with that info, he ends up being able to hit these armored trucks and kind of set these guys up to follow him after he, starts shooting the submachine gun at the window. They start chasing him, and he, as they're on the radio frequency, the bad guys are like, oh, follow him, follow him. The Punisher's listening the whole time to him. So he gets him into this dead end, and he has a plan the whole time. He's got 200 pounds of C4 in the truck, goes underneath the sewer system. It was actually really cool, simple thinking, but super badass. And this whole gang of guys, man, gone. They're all done. He took them out like it was nothing. So he ends up going back to the scene, and it's just all obliterated. And at this point, he's like, I wasn't sure if I used a bit too much C4. 200 pounds is a lot of bang, but it looks like he used the perfect amount, I guess. And he finds actually like one or two, like one guy that's, he's on the verge of dying, but he's still able to talk. And, he grabs his phone. He's like, you're in good hands, bub. And he's like, oh, man, fuck you. But, yeah, man, it was great. And he's already, the guy that's like on the verge of death, he's like, dude, he's like, don't play. He's like, I know you don't mess with families, because he's looking at his phone and he sees the family picture. But then he calls up his like wife, and then he's like, you hear his son like talking, like saying, "Daddy, Daddy, are you there? You want me to get mommy or whatever?" And he hangs up and he's like, "Next call, next call. I put it on speaker and then I start torturing you." And he's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "You're more fucked up than us." And he's like, "Man, that's a matter of opinion." And dude, it was really, I mean, it was really good. I'm really glad I ended up getting this issue, because I didn't have it on my pull. I had the Rosenberg Punisher series on my pull, but that ended a while back, so I didn't know if my shop was gonna put it. And last minute, I'm like, yo, throw that in there, because I didn't want to miss out on this, because I had a feeling I was gonna like it, especially after I only read that one issue, like I said, of the original Max series, but I just love that atmosphere. And I know that's what they kind of took the Netflix series, that's what they took from, is that series, I'm sure. So yeah, man, I had a lot of fun. But the big thing is he's trying to kind of track down who this other shooter is that I was talking about in the beginning. And he gets info, he gets some info, and then he ends up following one of the Prochenics guys, that mob boss that's trying to go clean. And then he figures that if I just sit on some of these guys long enough, this other hitman or whatever, he's going to come across soon enough. And what do you know, he does, and it ends up being, spoiler alert, nobody I know, and I see on Gem Mint Collectibles, he read the whole original Max comics, and he said he didn't remember this guy either. So it might be a new character, but it looks like he's definitely, ex like military or ex something, you know what I mean? But definitely ex-military, because it even shows like some pencils for next issue. But yeah, man, it was a great issue. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this issue. I had a lot of fun with this, and with it only being a mini series, I can't wait for the next 5 issues and for it to wrap up quite nicely. I'm sure it's going to be a great story, and I'm excited. If you guys hit that like button on your way out, hit the subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.